welcome back to Letter with Abbey Sy, a series on hand lettering. Today's episode is going to be focused on the third font style, which is script. Make sure to keep watching to learn more about this font style.
So to start, I want you to pick up your pen and paper and let's start with some warm-ups. I call these warm-ups, but they look like a work of art already. But generally, how I approach each font style is I try to create different variations or work them up into like an alphabet style on the page. I find this easier because if I follow worksheets, I get really frustrated, and I do that sometimes, but most of the time I just do it freehand like this, just so I can also be free with my no lines, just, going with the flow, seeing where my hand takes me technically. So let's talk about this script font style. So scripts are, I guess, naturally derived from both calligraphy and penmanship. These fonts are beautifully rendered for display purposes. Script styles can vary from formal to casual depending on the look and feel of your work. Personally, I am a huge fan of script. My favorite font styles are actually serifs and scripts, for the reason that scripts are very elegant and there really are a lot of ways that you can express script. I personally first encountered script when I was in grade school, middle school, when I joined penmanship contests and we have penmanship classes in school. But at the time, of course, that was coined as cursive. So over the years, I've learned to develop my own style of script, and after that, of course, venture out into more different styles. What I like about script also is most people think it's just very linear, like it's diagonal, it's curvy, it's curly, it's this very like perfect style. But what I like about it is it's actually quite versatile, because if you look at casual script or retro script for that matter, or sign painter script, these types of fonts are very I guess they look more unique and not the typical script, which is very stereotypical. Oh, that was like a pun, like, I guess, stereotype. Anyway, but yeah, I personally like playing around with script a lot because the thick and thin variations help me also think of ideas where I can like jazz up my script or make them look a bit more posh. You'd be surprised how you can draw the same font style per se, but then you can come out with different results just by altering certain elements, like maybe adding a swash or adding a ball terminal or making it a bit slanted or more straight or adding more shadow. And I think that's what keeps me very interested in fonts in general, because it helps me draw out ideas that I would have otherwise ignored. So I am just working on some more drills here, and actually my favorite recently was the retro script you're seeing here. It's very upright and it's very much not like the typical script where it's just slanted. I also learned to develop more font styles when I was working on my book about hand lettering A to Z, which is about like different font styles that you can try, and they're categorized under different font styles, so script, sans serif, serif. And I like how this really made me dive deep into a lot of research. You'd always just see the very typical brush lettering, and honestly, I am kind of sick of it. That's why I've always been on the lookout for ways that I could expand script further and not keep it in this bubble. It's also so easy to get sidetracked when you use I like using brush pens, but when you use a fine liner pen, it's also easier for you to figure out the formation of the script styles, because when you use the brush, it already automatically generates to a script with the thick and thin lines. But if you use pencil, I recommend this if you really want to dive deep more into script. I will probably talk more about this when it comes to decorative letters per se, and also for future lettering tutorial videos. But just for this video, since we're generally just starting out, this is how I sort of visualize my way of doing scripts. I would say I like adding a lot of different stuff, like swashes, loops, curls, dots. It's always been something that I've been attached to, and it really reflects with my work, and I guess you can't take these things out of me. But what I like about this exercise generally is I always tell my students to expand, and you can make as many iterations of this A to Z. You can actually combine all the font styles from serif to sans serif to script doing this, and you can come out with every you come out with a lot of different iterations and combinations every time, and I think that's such a great way to just expand your skill set and really improve on hand lettering in general. So I'm just gonna finish up the last few letters, and I may have written everything more towards the left versus like putting it in the middle, but oh well. I didn't also put any guides for this. I didn't want to limit myself that way, so what I did was every vacant space or area, I just follow along with the shape and I just add my swirls, letters, and whatnot. So basically that's it. So now that we're done with the alphabet warm-up, let's move to the worksheet. Make sure to take out the script worksheet on your files. And let me just share some facts. So the first script style is called cursive. This is the very typical cursive that we use for school. I guess it's just a bit more jazzed up because I'm using the Sign Painter font. The second one is called casual. So this is actually derived from my personal font which I created. It's called Abbey Road. I use it for my marketing materials and stuff, but casual fonts don't necessarily connect in terms of their letter forms, and it can go as casual as making it look like a sans serif, and I like it because it's very casual, and that's basically it. The last one is called retro, but honestly I don't think this is the only retro style you can find. I got this off of Lakeshore Drive NF. It's a font style, but I figured this is something that you would use if you were going to decorate or do the branding for a diner or something, or a drive-in. It's very reminiscent of that. It reminds me of the one in Disneyland. Was it Disneyland? Like Mel's Diner or Universal Studios? I don't know my theme parks. But yeah, it's just upright as well, but also it's a bit thicker. So you will see how the thick and thin really complement the whole aesthetic and make it look very retro and vintage style. So that is it for this quick warm up, and this is the finished product.
Thanks for watching this video, and make sure to download the Letter with ABC workbook to guide you on your hand lettering journey throughout the episodes. If you want to learn more about lettering, I actually wrote and illustrate a lot of books about it, so I will share it here. So first off, you have the ABCs of hand lettering. This is the basic guide you need to get started into hand lettering. You also have the lettering workbook, which is available in the Philippines, and I also have some available in the US. I will link it down below also for your reference. This is a self-published workbook. Apart from this, I also have this book called Hand Lettering A to Z, which is how you can create different font styles and different techniques with your hand lettering. This has been translated into 9 languages and is available worldwide, as well as the Hand Lettering A to Z workbook, which is an accompaniment to this book, and it's great to work with together. Lastly, if you'd like to get into more of hand lettering and calligraphy, I suggest picking up a copy of the complete photo guide to hand lettering calligraphy, also available worldwide, mostly in Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Book Depository, and all the respective links. I will make sure to put them down below for your reference. See you guys on the next video. Bye!